Yo, 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 yo. Hit the like button. No. Hit the like button. Go ahead. Now. Yo. How y'all feel about the rapper podcast, man? In the cage. Come on. Gotta go. How y'all feel about the rapper podcast taking over YouTube? Not even just the rappers, the entertainers, rappers. Come on. They took over, y'all. Go. Go ahead. Oh, you gonna stay out here then, bro? 'Cause I ain't got time waiting for you. Come on. Big corporations that took over, man. We allowed it. We allowed the big corporations to take over YouTube. Mm-mm-mm. You know, YouTube was built on independence. You know, independent bloggers, independent podcasters. 2800, what it do? What's up, John? But now we got the rise of the controlled media on YouTube, y'all. That's what it is. It's controlled media, man. And motherfuckers always find a way to gain back control. The reason I said this, right? The reason this even came back, you know, because we talked about it before. I just seen a video of Gilbert Arenas arguing with Kwame Brown. And he's arguing with Kwame Brown over the sale. He says 50-50. But see, I don't watch none of these niggas. You know what I mean? He said it was a 50-50 sale, 50-50 split that he made with a company for the sale of his platform. Then I was talking to my man yesterday, and he was telling me that Rock Nation sponsors Fat Joe and Jadakiss platform. Did y'all know that was sponsored by Rock Nation? I didn't, because I don't watch the niggas. I said that to say, yo, as long as we keep allowing the big corporations to infiltrate, we ain't never gonna get no real speakers. We never gonna get nobody real no organic. Because we sit back and we support all the companies that been pushing bullshit the whole time. Oh yeah. What he was talking about. I gotta tap into it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If y'all ain't familiar with the Gilbert Arenas shit. Self-Talk. Self-Talk did a video on it. Stop the cap. You think I'm capping? You don't see what's going on, big homie? They probably made him sell that shit. You think I'm capping? You don't think big corporations taking over YouTube? Oh shit. Oh, I gotta get my coat. Get chilly out that bitch. Hold on. You got Jim Jones platform, filled with fake views. I wonder who he working with. You know, his views fake as a motherfucker. Alright, this self-talk right here.
CVS doesn't want you to know you can get
Chicago, man.
generic Viagra tablets for 87 cents each from Friday Plan.
Hey man, listen, I ain't listening, Joe. Listen.
Got my motherfucking coat. Hold on.
Joe, talking about 360 deals, talking about, why would I give up 50%? You own 100% of nothing. You don't have nothing.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, we got to talk about Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown again, man. It's looking like Gilbert Arenas started this whole entire war when it comes to owning your own content in this independent media space that we live in today's time with YouTube, man. So people just don't understand what's going on with Gilbert Arenas and Gil's Arena channel because, Underdog Fantasy, as you can see, they had changed the entire name. Now it's called The Arena. And, they got a new football show. We did a video on that talking about, the new football show and stuff like that and how people gave their reactions at the time when they found out that Skip Bayless was doing a football show with Gilbert Arenas, man. So, yeah, man, I did videos on that. But in today's video, I want to talk about Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown, man, because now they going back and forth. And I've always covered Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown going back and forth. So let's break this thing down, man. So this conversation really blew up when Gilbert Arenas was talking to Lowe from AMP, and he started asking questions about Gil's Arena and what's going on over there, and Gilbert Arenas exposed that he is a 50-50 partner, and that threw a lot of people off because I guess everybody assumed that Gilbert Arenas owned 100% of that channel. Let's check out this clip right here.
So this is why I told y'all, right? Yo, black sellouts is the biggest threat to America, to the community, yo. Black sellouts. It ain't the white man, yo.
Bluetooth mode.
It ain't the white man. It's black sellouts. Too many people is willing to take the bag. Giving the Raiders to build this platform all the way up. Just to partner with somebody else, and more than likely they ain't black. This platform. Transition is message. See, this is the thing, y'all. And the crazy thing about it is, we support these motherfuckers, elevate them, only for these motherfuckers to sell out, and their whole platform get transitioned into something else. Gillian Wallow did it. Whole message switch. Yo, but it's our fault, yo, because I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with black people, yo. I don't know how we always fall. I don't know how we always fall for the same plays over and over again, supporting the same people. That's, I don't watch none of them rapper platforms. None of them. None of them. I don't think I watch any of them bitches. You feel me? Like, yo, selling out is crazy, man. And Rec TV, I found out he working with a digital marketing firm. They copyrighted my video. It say Quarter Lab. I say Quarter Lab? Who the fuck is Quarter Lab? I go to the video, I see it's MREC TV, they copyright. Then I go to Quarter Lab digital marketing firm. I said, oh yeah, he's siding with them motherfuckers. Like, yo, don't nobody want to put in the work. Siding with the big companies, that's like a shortcut. Niggas don't want to put in their own work. Niggas, they don't want to do their own editing. They don't want to do nothing. Everybody want everything to come easy. But like I told y'all, yo, when you align yourself with them people and they elevate you, they can sink you as well. They elevate you and they can sink you. No, I ain't playing this game. I'm just explaining to y'all the game because people don't seem like they get it. People support these motherfuckers. Your rappers is probably the biggest sellouts in the black community. To be honest. Rappers. You know what I mean? The 90s ones in particular. the 90s and the early 2000s, when they was really pushing them plays, niggas the biggest sellouts we ever seen in the community, man. That's why you notice all of them coming back to podcasts. Man, that's why they all coming back. Shit, we need these niggas. They was pushing our agenda. They was working for us, to be honest. Now you got all these independent people speaking. No, hell no, we gotta bring the rappers back. We gotta put rap back at the top. They made the old school rappers. You know, we control them. They used to being fucked. So it ain't, you know, it ain't gonna be uncomfortable for them. You feel me? They been fucked their whole life, getting fucked out of contracts, probably getting fucked in the room. You know what I mean? Who the fuck knows? I know they was getting fucked out of contracts though. I'm telling y'all though, it's the black sellouts. Black sellouts. Yeah, I'm not building up my platform to sell it. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, man. If that was the case, you should have helped me build this motherfucker. You feel me? Like, I just don't get it. You build your platform, get it to a point where you got revenue streams coming in, and then you sell it. Now people say that's business. Yeah, but that's how we get in these situations where we got sellouts every motherfucking way. That's how that happens. You know what I mean? Sell to the highest bidder. We ain't never gonna be the highest bidder, so if you sell out, more than likely you sell it to the opposition. Or you sell it to the other side, however you want, you know, characterize it. Man, fuck that. What Rick Ross bluffing ass say? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, man. You ain't helped me build this buzz, man. Now I got the buzz. Now all of a sudden you want to buy in. Man, fuck out of here. And I go through all the tribulations that come with saying fuck out of here. Yeah. These niggas different. They ain't on that. They ain't on that for real. Why would you say that, yo? Yo, you don't see me come after everybody. Donatello. I ain't got nothing bad to say about urban politicians. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Byron Blake. These platforms I ain't got nothing bad to say about. I ain't got nothing bad to say about ODM Slim. It's platforms that I don't have nothing bad to say about. I got shit to say about federal agents and sellouts. Name somebody I talked about that I don't think working with the police or a sellout. Name one. I don't know. He need to elaborate. Name one. I ain't got nothing bad to say about DC Blacks. You gotta name one, bro. Like, you can't just make statements like that and don't elaborate, bro. I got bad shit to say about 1090 Jake, Seti Nash, DJ Academics, sellouts, AK-47, Trenches News, all sellouts, man. All DJU, all pushing nonsense, bullshit. Message is detrimental. Causing disruption and confusion. Ain't about that. I ain't never been no hater. Ain't that what a sellout does? Donatello? Like you just answered your old question. He ain't selling his business to a black man. I just explained it, y'all. Like how you asked, I just explained it. Yo, because when you Vlad TV, right? Yo, when you sell out, you selling your voice, bro. When you sell your business, you're selling your voice. That's what you're doing. Because now you are controlled. You're controlled by corporations. You can't say what you want to say. You can't speak on issues that you probably would have spoke on before. So yes, when you sell your business to opposing, or not even opposing, when you sell your business to somebody outside of a black person, you sold out. Yes. You didn't know that? Donatello? That don't make sense to you? It don't make sense to you that when you sell your business, now you can't speak openly? You see what goes on in the NBA? When they speak out about certain things, see how they lose endorsements? You see what when they speak out in the music industry, you see what happens? You see what they did to Kanye West? Yes, y'all. That's how that works. Maybe you didn't know that. But that's how that works, brother.
God, he said, if football's popping, why do they have to take over your channel? Why couldn't they make their own channel and let Gilbert Arenas own 100% of that channel? Let's check out this clip right here. Question from 2K God. He said, if football's popping, why do they have to take over your channel? Why couldn't they make their own channel and make that pop? Question mark.
That's what we would have said. That's what's the argument. But as a family, am I asking you too many questions? No. As a company, you don't want to start from the beginning. Most people don't like the grind. Right?
As long as you understand it, you ain't always gotta agree. As long as you understand what I'm saying.
They want something that's already turnkey and go. So why should they start from the beginning? Listen, we are expensive. We're not your average podcast expenses. We get paid a lot of money. So because they pay us a lot of money and we not taking no pay cuts in here, if they say your ass gonna do 2 days a week and we want to try what they do for 3 days a week and we keep our money, hey man, do your thing, man.
Look, he just explained it. That's not selling out to you. You just gave up your creative right. That's not selling out. If they say, I work how many days a week and not do this, then go ahead, do your thing. Yo, that's a bitch to me, bro. It's a bitch. You ain't got no voice on your own. You ain't got no voice that you built. Fucking clown. That's a clown, bro. You built that shit up and sold it. And now you don't even got a voice on your own show. But it goes into what I was just saying. Nobody wants to do the work. It costs a lot of money to run your own thing. Everybody wants shit easy. It's similar to the like when I sold drugs, right? I had people, right, that all they want to do is get fronted. And I'd be like, yo, why don't you just buy your own shit? Like they cool with just getting fronted. Like they don't ever want to separate into doing their own thing because now they got to manage their own money. You know, when you get in front, you don't got to manage your own money. For the most part, all you got to do is come back with what's old and you keep going. But when you self-sufficient and doing your own thing, now you got to manage your own money. You are in control of how far you go with this shit. It's the same thing with business, any business. It's the same thing with the podcasting and the bloggers. They don't want to be in control of their own money. They want to be bird fed. You know, they want to be cattle. But that's what creates the sellout. You understand? That's what creates situations like how we got today, where you don't know who organic, you don't know who official, you don't know what's what. You got people pushing wild ass messages with no reasons. Meanwhile, the people that got real substance, the people that and we been shadow banned and we been motherfuckers. We basically been put on the back burner. Bitches got the money to promote their videos. You understand what I'm saying? They got the money to promote. They got the money to make sure these people's at the top of the algorithm. And we not smart enough to realize that and say, man, you know what? I'm not fucking with these dudes like that, man. I'm fucking with the organic guy. Because that's what created YouTube. The organic guy created YouTube, man. Black people created YouTube. Black people made YouTube a thing. Underground rappers and shit. You know what I mean? No, I don't believe you should do that. I believe as long as we keep selling out companies, we ain't never gonna have no conglomerates. You understand what I'm saying? How we gonna build a conglomerate if we keep selling out companies, bro? How we gonna build a Black Wall Street? For example, references. If we keep selling out companies, bro, how we gonna do that? It's impossible. It's impossible to build anything of substance if we keep selling out companies, bro. It's impossible. We're gonna always forever be the underclass.
Do y'all thing, man, right? Because at the end of the day, we can say, oh, hell nah, fuck that. And then they start cutting contracts. So, if they want to go ahead and try 3 days a week,
look,
until football season's over,
we can say, nah,
right?
fuck that.
At the end of the day,
And they start cutting contracts.
2 days a week, and we want to try what they do for 3 days a week, and we keep our money. Hey, man, hey, do y'all thing, man. Let's see. Do y'all thing, man, right? At the end of the day, we can say, oh, hell nah, fuck that. And then they start cutting contracts. So, if they want to go ahead and try 3 days a week, until football season's over with, and then recheck their hand, cool. Everybody still got their job.
Yeah, money might have been the worst thing that ever happened to black people. For real. It was back when in the 60s and shit like that, when people wasn't getting paid for their services. Yeah, we was going a lot further. Yeah, once they decided to stop paying niggas, everything changed. You heard what he just said? I can buck. Basically, we said I can buck, but then they start cutting contracts. So fuck bucking. Yeah, that's the general perception of most black people with money. That is the general perception. That's what Steve Harvey told Monique. Y'all remember what Steve Harvey told Monique? Let's go to that real quick. Steve Harvey, Monique.
Steve Harvey, Monique.
At FNB, we're defining the future of banking with the award-winning eStore and eStore Cup.
As I said on the Steve Harvey Show, I do not regret one moment of that night on that stage.
No, in case you don't know, Mo told Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey,
Tell him.
and Lee Daniels to suck her private parts.
Not my private parts.
Well, you said if I had one,
Yeah.
I want them three to suck my private parts.
Yeah.
It wasn't private parts on stage. So now, then I went, I quit breathing. I quit breathing for you.
I didn't.
What happened to you, Mo, was when you made that statement, the narrative got flipped. It wasn't about Netflix no more. It wasn't about Netflix no more. The attention was all off
That
where
was
we
before
needed
Netflix.
to go. Huh?
That was before Netflix.
So good. So now when you bring up Netflix, it done good no win, but you done just said this to these three people. And these three people,
Yes.
not because they're powerful, but because of who they've come. And what happens is, I told you, we can't cure darkness with more darkness. I got
What we
you.
can do is cure it with comedy. And what I'm not going to do, Steve, I'm never, ever going to waver from my comedy show on that stage. That's my gift, and that's my freedom. And what happens is when you allow people to start taking your freedom and your gift and making it become what makes them comfortable, we then lose. When you called me with the morning show on the
You hear that? We then lose. And that's what happens, man. That's what happens.
phone, I said to you, Steve, my family is suffering behind this. And y'all know I did nothing wrong. Y'all know my husband did nothing wrong. But none of y'all in real time, was strong enough to go publicly and say, we can't throw our sister under the bus.
Cause Mo, listen to me. We fighting two wars here.
What war?
There's two wars. It's what your issue is, and it's what the perception of the issue is, and the narrative has changed.
See, I'm hearing what you're saying, baby, and I agree with it when the narrative changes. But if all of y'all said, this is the only issue I have with it, baby, when all of y'all said privately, to include Oprah, all of y'all said privately, I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you
something. That flexing, we gotta flex a different way. We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. It's the money game.
But
we in the money game. And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help them.
We're in the money game. But let me tell you what the game is before the money game. Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But Mo,
and wait a minute.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble, I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a different way. We got more right after this.
That's the general perception of the black man in America. Steve Harvey. Yeah, that's what niggas think. And that's why we gonna continue losing. As long as people think like that, yeah, we are gonna continue losing. We ain't gonna get nowhere. We're gonna be a permanent underclass over this bitch. That's how that goes, Donatello. You still here? That's how that goes, bro. Now you take that back to Gilbert Arenas. Go back to old Gil. All right, let's go to part 2 first.
Here with my sister Monique, and we're getting real. Okay, Mo, so listen to me. Here is what I want you to understand about this whole thing.
Yes.
As we try to come through this, because what I want really is for you to come through, because I know who you really are. And so what I want you to do is come through this with a different way. Because you, Monique, you my girl. I love you like a sister. I hate what's happening to you. I hate what they're saying that's not true. I want them to know that you are caring, that you're a great mother, that you're an incredible talent. I don't like the fact that you've been blackballed. You can be unblackballed. You too talented to have to worry about all this where the next one coming from. I want this to end for you. I want it to end for you, Monique, because I love you. Because these people are doing it the wrong way, and you better than that. You are better than that. I probably should have called you as soon as, but I didn't. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't. When I did call you, I listened to you. But I began telling you at the very beginning, I think we're going about this the wrong way. Now we keep saying stuff in the interim that keeps just making it worse. Hollywood know you talented.
But it's making it worse for who?
It's making it worse.
For who?
Okay, if you think it's cool, then it's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not cool, Mo.
For who?
It's not cool.
For who?
The fact that we're sitting here arguing like this.
We're not arguing.
Okay, we're discussing.
You and your sister, we having a conversation and mommy and daddy ain't here right now. Cool. And I'm getting ready to punch you in your mouth. Right. That's the conversation. Bam, bam. Right. I think what happens though is I've had to understand how to agree to disagree without being upset. And that's the thing. I disagree with my brother. I'm not upset with you. I love you. I disagree with the way Oprah, Lee, and Tyler did it. Cool. But I love them.
I'll give you that. Now, guess what we need to do to move forward and fix this? These people owe you an apology. You owe those people an apology. Then we can move forward. So listen to me. You are valuable to us all. You are valuable to Tyler Perry. You are valuable to Oprah.
Look. Now let's go back to Gilbert Arenas, man.
Love slots? The DraftKings Casino app's got you covered. They
That
got
like
tons of
button,
slots to
yo.
choose from, like cash or
Win and then recheck their hand. Cool. Everybody still got their jobs. Employment is key. I can tell you this. With the way our contracts are doing, they could say, hey man, we're gonna let about 6, 7 of y'all go. And turn y'all ass into
Yeah, I'm kind of confused. And again, I feel like I'm asking too many questions. So I'm not.
No, you can take over this playback right now, sir, because if you ask questions, we can answer them. We will not bring these topics up. We have no sellouts.
Okay, this is now forcing me to ask very specific questions just because how familiar I am with the community and like what's going on in the space.
Okay.
So I'll just cut to the chase. Who owns the channel?
50-50.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like 49-59. I mean, 51-49.
No.
Okay.
How the fuck is it 50-50 where they can fire him and cancel contracts? Bitch, that ain't 50-50. That shit sound like 80-20. What you talking about? If we 50-50, you can't cancel no contract over here. We 50-50 owners. We gotta come to a mutual decision. He talking about, nah, it's 50-50. Nah, that bitch 80-20, 75-25, 60-40. Sold out, my nigga. Just like the rest of them. That's what they all do. And we don't even think nothing wrong with the shit. We think that's business. Oh no, that's business. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sell out. Get your bag. Sell your voice. Yeah, man, that niggas is crazy, right?
So that's the clip right there, man. That's Gilbert Arenas revealing that, he is 50-50 partners with Underdog, and he doesn't 100% own his YouTube channel. And that's where Kwame Brown comes in at, because Kwame Brown didn't hesitate to call out Gilbert Arenas on that, because, Kwame and Gilbert constantly goes back and forth at each other, poking jabs at each other, man. So yeah, man, Kwame Brown was going in on Gilbert Arenas, laughing and mocking the situation because everybody thought Gilbert Arenas had owned that channel 100% completely, right? Because the show was called Gil's Arena. So yeah, man, let's check out this clip of Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arenas talking about it. Let's check out this clip right here.
I don't know you to duck no smoke to the face.
Never know smoke, Kwame. Why you lying to these people, Kwame?
Okay, so tell me the time you offered me half of Gil's Arena.
See, there you go, Kwame. Was it called Gil's Arena when I offered to you? Remember we was talking about the beef channel or the YouTube beef? What was that I was saying? The beef thing idea.
You was talking about roast. You was talking about
you remember it was the roast league. I was trying to do the roast league, and it was gonna go 50-50. You forgot about that?
So I should do a roast league with somebody that's on Tommy Sotomayor page telling people how to steal my intellectual property, and like you just gave away, and calling my mother a property. I was supposed to do a show with you.
Okay, so you didn't accept the deal. Okay, now you just said something that was very.
That wasn't a deal, Gil. That was a concept. You was just offering a concept.
Just a concept.
Stop putting on the show trying to look good. The reality of the situation, Gil. We're talking about ownership. You used to preach ownership. Why did you give up 50% of ownership?
Gave them to start a show. It was going to be the beef show. You remember you said, what channel was the roast league on? You remember we had that discussion?
Gil, I moved on from this line. Gave me 50% of Gil's Arena.
There was no Gil's Arena.
So how did you talk while you was talking?
Am I up here to explain? Am I up here to explain to you? I gave you a concept. You said off. So I recreated another concept, which was a basketball show. You remember I had the poker show? You remember you roast me for that? I had these concepts.
Just for the record, I was never offered 50% of Gil's Arena. That's what the crowd saw. No, listen. I just want the crowd to understand.
The crowd was there.
Listen. There was people in the chat that said Kwame could have had 50% of Gil's Arena. So for those people that's in the chat, he just explained to y'all, he's not talking about Gil's Arena. All he did was, after disrespecting my mother, my family, for us to start a roast league with a drunk that said he was going to on my mother's grave. So I respectfully said to the no.
Okay, so
again, why did you give up 50% of Gil's?
Same original concept I gave you. Now again, the page that Gil's Arena, the show is on today, was the page I stopped using in 2018.
I was no longer using that page. So when you was asking me what page, I said it could be on your page or we can start a new page. Because that page wasn't, oh, you're just trying to steal my followers. You're just trying to steal my followers. You don't remember none of that for me?
So I think you're trying to defend this lie so much that you won't answer. Why did you give up?
If I'm using the page on, what was the original name of it then, Kwame? I'm beefing with you here. I'm beefing with you, right? What page am I using to beef with you? If I have my own channel.
Listen, at one point, did you own 100% of that channel? No chill.
100% of the original, so we can get it clear, so I can explain it to you. It was my original. Yes, it was my original channel, No Chill Deal. I stopped using that channel in 2018 because I went to linear TV with Fubo. So from 2018 to 2022, I never posted anything on that channel. It was done.
Love and appreciate y'all, right?
Hey man, listen, listen, Joe, listen. I see some of them out there laughing at me, Joe. Talking about 360 deals, talking about, why would I give up 50%? You own 100% of nothing. You don't have nothing, right? It's easy to own 100% of nothing you do, right? Like that's easy. Like 50% of a successful something is better than 100% of nothing.
I don't watch them niggas, bro. You said what? That big gambling thing. What about the gun case? You got a motherfucking gun case? Oh, you talking about Gilbert Arenas and his gambling case? Oh no, he gonna tell on that. Now, what's going on with the NBA though, Bees? Now, I just wanted to talk about how these niggas are selling out, man, and how this is a problem, and we support the sellouts. We support the sellouts more than we support the organic people. I don't think it's a good idea for us to keep building businesses and then selling them. I don't think that's smart. As a community, you understand what I'm saying? It might be smart individually, but as a community, where does that leave us? Where does that leave us as a people? As we always gonna be fucked over, as a people, because we support sellouts. What I gotta look up, Beast? Ain't no YouTube page, is it? Man, you can tell Gilbert Arenas is a clown. I was just using him as an example. He ain't the only one. The main purpose for real is what I'm talking about, how big companies took over YouTube. And they giving us rappers and entertainers that we all know instead of propelling somebody new. You know what I mean? And he probably is. Instead of propelling somebody new. Like, we're not saying no new multi-millionaires. It's all people we know. I mean, all people that sold out before. I mean, it was all part of the entertainers and rappers. Entertainers and rappers. They getting all the money on YouTube when that's not what created YouTube. YouTube wasn't created by entertainers and mainstream rappers. That shit was created by the underground. But since big corporations took over, and since they know entertainers and music and rappers, they already compromised. Sports players, they already compromised. It's a lot easier to pay them. You know what I mean? They already know what the do's and the don'ts, what you can say versus what you can't say. But as long as we keep subscribing to that, then we always gonna be fucked over, man. And we don't even realize that shit is an issue. Donatello was saying, I don't see nothing wrong with selling your business. Because once you sell your business, like you heard Gilbert Arenas say, he don't even have no control. He don't have no control. They can fire his ass. Imagine getting fired for a business you started. They can fire his dumb ass. They probably need to fire his dumb ass.
So, good question for you.
I'm sorry. That's to you, especially Kwame Brown. I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm just going to show you your reality. In 2021, when I came to YouTube with 0 subs, You had 445,000 subs. Today, you got 451,000 subs. Meaning, in the last 4 years, your ass gained 5,000 to 6,000 subs. 1,000 subs a year.
Yo, but that shows you that Kwame Brown is organic. And that's what I be always talking about. When I be telling you some of these pages that's growing super fast. Like, oh, YouTube don't allow you to do that, man. Look at Hassan Campbell. We've been at that number for years now. Yo, YouTube does not allow you to keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Unless you with the system, man. Unless you with the system. And they inflating your numbers and buying subscribers and shit like that. Putting you at the top of the algorithm. That's the only way that's the only way that happens, man. So when you got them pages, I've only been on there for 4 years, you had 200K. Man, you better question them niggas, man. Hold up, something ain't right. Because I've been on this bitch 4 years too, and the information I'm giving way better than theirs. The videos I've done is way better than theirs, so why the fuck my page stalled? It's a reason, yo. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I just be trying to highlight, you know, the shit that y'all probably don't see because y'all watching. Who you talking about? See, y'all don't know. We all just viewers. But when you actually on this internet, you see what's the fuck going on, man. You see what's being promoted versus what's not. You know what I mean? You see how they inflate the numbers. They deflate the numbers over here whenever they feel like it. Like at 25,000, 26 going on 27,000 subscribers, there's no way I should only have 20 people in a live. There's no way. How does that even make sense? Only thing makes sense is they're not sending out notifications. They're not putting me on a home page. They're not doing the things that they do for other channels in order for them channels to grow. And I know why, and I ain't complaining. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Too vocal. I ain't compromised. You know what I mean? I ain't controlled. I'm gonna say what the fuck I wanna say. You understand? When it needs to be said. I'm not gonna sit back and avoid situations just because I'm worried about what the fuck YouTube's gonna say. You know what I mean? What these corporations gonna do to me if I say this. Man, fuck them. You heard me? With all that shit, man. If you gonna fuck me or you ain't.
This is why he's really mad. I'm looking at you, Dusty Black. Kwame Brown.
Well, Rebecca.
Remember, I came to you. Me and you can be 50-50 partners. You remember you was doing all that. Oh, you can be the king on the crown. I'll never work for you. I'll never be a partner with you. I replaced you and added Underdog. Is that why you mad? Is that why you mad? It was supposed to be me and you, 50-50.
Woo-woo.
You was too busy making fun of me. I just, all right, let me go get somebody who's serious about this content creating, and it was Underdog.
Woo-woo.
So that's it for today's video, guys, man. If you stuck around this long, hit that like.
Yeah, yo. You guys wild, man. But we don't give a fuck. We gonna keep supporting this shit. Like I said, I don't watch none of them rappers' platforms. Not Jada and Fat Joe. I don't watch motherfucking Jim Jones. And I'm just not interested in it. Just not interested in it. I don't think them niggas right. I think a lot of them niggas informers. Not the ones I just mentioned, but I think a lot of them rap niggas. I think a lot of them rap niggas is informants. A lot of rap niggas is informants. I don't trust them. I don't necessarily like them. But I just be trying to show y'all what's going on this internet. The other day we talked about the girl exposed the faceless YouTube pages. A lot of these digital marketing firms. It's taking over. It's taking over the internet. A lot of these big corporations, a lot of these record labels are taking over the internet. You see what DJ Academics going through right now with Rock Nation? Y'all familiar with that? And I don't even support Academics. I support Academics when he's talking music. So let me clarify that. I support Academics when he's talking music. You know, the music industry. I don't support Academics outside of any, like when he's talking anything outside of that. Like I'm not interested in hearing his take on criminal cases. Like
bloggers, period. But in their mind, they're like, man, shut the fuck up. We're just glad that Meg Thee Stallion and Rock Nation, they're getting you for talking shit. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear that if you have that thought that Academics or whatever blogger talks too much shit, so they should get sued, I hope you also feel that it's unfair that Drake's lawsuit was dismissed when someone calls him a pedophile, whether it's artistically or not. Because everything does kind of mix with it. When you're talking about a public figure, when you're talking about them as in a term of this is what I think, this is my opinion, or you're even engaged in maybe in a rap battle, it appears that the courts have kind of said this falls within free speech, where your opinion cannot be dictated, mandated, or even directed by any other figure. For whatever reason, it appears that Rock Nation is sick and tired of bloggers like me, Milagros, streamers like Aiden, and others not accepting the propaganda that, so to speak, they're putting out, which is that she's a victim.
Yeah, she ain't no motherfucking victim. I told you, I think Meg Thee Stallion I think she was too drunk to remember what happened, to be honest. I think Meg Thee Stallion gets blackout drunk. And whenever you get blackout drunk, you might forget a night. You know what I mean? You might forget hours from that night. I don't think she actually know what the fuck happened for real. But she couldn't come out and say that back then. Back then, she couldn't come out and say that. I was beefing with my homegirl because my homegirl was fucking with Tori, then I fucked her behind her back. That would have ruined her credibility back then. Remember, she was a new artist. She couldn't come out and say, I don't remember what the fuck happened. I was drunk as a bitch. That'd have ruined her credibility as a new artist. So Tory Lanez was an easy target. Shit, we can blame him. You know what I mean? You said how it would come. I never used to black out. Then drinks started making me feel different. I don't know. Shit, I done been blackout drunk a whole bunch of times. I got hella nights I done did shit and don't even remember.
Now they haven't filed official legal language with me, or haven't sued me, or they haven't sued Aiden, nor have they sued Drake, or nor have they sued Nicki Minaj. And I'll tell you how the rest of the people kind of connect to it. But they have chosen to sue one person, and it's a blogger. Her name is Milagro. They said her full name when I was on the thing today. It was like Elizabeth.
Your Rock Nation ain't for the people. At all. Rock Nation ain't for the people. I'm ready to get in this truck because it's fucking cold. Rock Nation ain't for the people, man. You got a federal informant at the head of it. I think he was made. I think they made him do that. think they made Joe do that. Look, man, if you're gonna start this label, you gotta put a Fed agent at the top. I mean, we just so we know what the fuck going on. See, Jay-Z played the game, and Dame Dash didn't. So when people step back and say, well, how did Dame go this way and Jay went that way? Dame Dash refused to play the game. Now, I ain't saying he made every business decision right, but I know he didn't play them game with them people. He refused to allow disrespect. And in order to reach that level of success of Jay-Z, then you're gonna have to allow disrespect, y'all. You're gonna have to. I don't think Dame Dash allowed disrespect. I think it's more of that than Jay-Z just was a better businessman. You know, but that's been a narrative that been put out. Oh no, he just was a better businessman. No, hell no. Jay-Z allowed disrespect, Dame Dash didn't. And when you allow disrespect, they'll allow you. Yeah, he ain't play the game. They'll help you out. And Jay-Z pushed drug selling to black people off the heels of the crack epidemic. Like he was the #1 proponent of drug selling back then. He was the face of drug selling. All his homeboys went to jail and he became a rapper. Jay-Z was part of the play, man. That's why he's still successful. Sold out. And that's why I be talking about the 90s YouTubers and the 90s rappers and the 90s rappers that turned podcasters. They sold out. That's why they still around. That's why they giving them these podcast deals. Like, how you justify giving Jim Jones a deal? He ain't got no history of podcast. Jim Jones don't even know how to talk. He's not even smart. That man, 50-year-old gang member. How you justify giving that nigga a podcast? Like, nobody want to hear from no fucking Jim Jones speaking or nothing. You better not say nothing outside of music. So we ain't trying to hear that shit. Because over that bitch can't even pronounce easy words and shit. Easy ass words, he can't even pronounce it. Exhibition. They call it expedition. Fabulous can't pronounce whatever the fuck word that was. Yeah, that shit not fun. That shit disgraceful. That shit disgraceful at 50. Easy ass words you can't pronounce. Yeah, that bitch dead. What you do, huh? Yo, that's one of them days when I go live where I can bring people up. You gotta just make sure you're here. But the problem is, when I go live that way, YouTube don't send me no people. They ain't sending me no people right now. Well, no, a lot of people right now. But normally when I go live that way, they be making my numbers, keeping my numbers low. Oh, it's fucking cold, yo. Hold up. Gotta get my coat. Turn this motherfucking heat on. I'm ready to play the DJ Academic shit though. Why I do that? It's fucking cold as a bitch. Shit.
Cooper. Some people might know her as Milagro Grams. This is a picture of her here. Now, some of you guys might know while the Tory trial was going on, as I do with many different trials, as I found Lauren Conlon, Sean G during the Diddy trial, when it came to the Tory trial, I kind of leaned on people that were in court. One of those people was Milagro Grams. She's being sued by Nicki Minaj. She's been sued by Meg Thee Stallion, who claims that she has defamed her. Now, I'm not going to get into the weeds of what the full accusations are, because maybe Milagro did do some things that we might think is disgusting or, oh, you went too far. But I've maintained over time that if you think that Meg Thee Stallion is someone who's a liar, I think that's a valid opinion. That is my opinion, by the way. I've thought Meg Thee Stallion is a liar. Why do I say that? I don't say maliciously. I go off what I believe to be facts, and it appears to be facts when we see her say on Gayle King, I've never had sex with Tory Lanez, and then she admits subsequently later in a documentary about the case that was for her, she says, I did lie. I think a lot of us knew she lied then. I don't know how you guys take it, but usually when someone lies, oftentimes for me, I'm like, if you lie about the little things, you know that one homeboy, he'll lie about anything. You'll be like, yo, alright, shit, yeah, we know you went out last time, but what store you went to? And he can't even tell you that. He's like, now I went over here, and you're like, bro, why do you have to lie about that, right? I've thought that was Meg Thee Stallion. Because of that, throughout the entire case, I've always been skeptical about her point of view. And even after there was a conviction, which I do admit there was, I definitely thought that Meg Thee Stallion is a untrustworthy person.
We are Vegas, baby. Stardust Casino. From the neon glow of the Strip to one of North America's fastest growing online casinos. We've been dealing excitement for decades. Slots, blackjack, big jackpots. Vegas, right at your fingertips. Play anytime, anywhere. And the action, it never quits. Stardust, a legendary past, an electrifying future. Now lighting up Pennsylvania. Join today. Get 25 free spins with sign up.
Person. Now, after being unable to secure the victim vote, it appears that years or maybe months or whatever after, not only did he sue Milagro Grahams, Roc Nation, and I'm going to say Roc Nation, I want to admit, and I'll say this, and Roc Nation, if you're going to file another lawsuit, you could clip this part. I'm saying this colloquially because Roc Nation, which manages Meg Thee Stallion, they also share the same law firm as Meg Thee Stallion, from what I've seen, Quinn Emanuel. That law firm has been in a huge effort to try to silence or convince doubters of Meg Thee Stallion that she's A, not a liar, B, which is the most important, a victim, and C, thirdly, a sympathetic figure. That's what I've seen. Okay? So they served me with a deposition. They stayed outside my house, showed up every day, served me with a deposition in a case, and I want to mention what this case is. I'm not a party to this case. What does that mean? I am neither a plaintiff nor a defendant. I'm what's called a witness, or so Meg Thee Stallion claims. So they stuck out or staked out in front of my house, in front of my headquarters for months, daily, shifts. I'm watching these motherfuckers go get lunch. They're just sitting there. I'm like, oh wow, this is dedication. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Eventually, because I'm doing, eventually I'm still gonna live my life. A guy who was dressed as, like he was a courier of some other sort says, hey, are you academics? Say to him, I'm like, motherfucker, you know where you at? Yeah, I am. Says, well, you've been served. I look at it and it's a subpoena to be deposed. Now, I was a little bit shocked. Why was I shocked? Because I knew Meg was suing Milagro. Because respectfully, me and Milagro have had very few conversations. I did a one in-person interview with her. This was right after the Tory case. I flew her out to Miami because I used to record down there at times. But we never really had much conversation outside of stream. most of our conversations, and I want to say 99% of them, are going to be captured on stream. But they felt that I had information on Meg Thee Stallion, who's a plaintiff, suing Milagro Graham. I don't even remember talking to her on the phone. I know I texted her about meeting up to do an interview. I've met her one time in life. We don't have that buddy-buddy relationship. We're not texting each other constantly. And just to be clear, if she's watching, we're also not beefing. I respect her, and I think she has some respect for me. So, okay. I get served. I want to provide some facts here, people, because, you know, in this new atmosphere, I see people start using these words when people say things that might just seem out the realm of what your commonality or understanding could be. They're like, oh, this person, I see someone mention schizophrenic. Now, not in terms of me, because I'm highly intellectual. Nobody would never dare do that. But they mentioned that when they thought there was individuals espousing theories that were clearly make-believe, that were clearly beyond the scope or the pale of anything that could be rooted in reality. This was some shit that was just batshit crazy. 6ix9ine called me. I'm gonna hit him back after. Okay. Now, I want to be honest with y'all. I was also in that boat as well. Until I'm thinking, you know what? Why do they want a deposition out of me? I don't know. Okay, we'll see. So we do the deposition, and I want to Google this that people can't be like, you're lying. How? Wait, what is the maximum time for a federal civil deposition? The maximum time, and this is shot to whatever AI this is, for a federal civil deposition is generally 1 day of 7 hours. Have you ever been questioned for 7 hours? Let me put this in perspective. Imagine being questioned for 7 hours about a case or pertaining to, or remember, they say I'm a witness. I'm not a party. I'm not a defendant, nor am I a plaintiff. I'm not a co-defendant, none of that. I'm a witness. They thought I had so much information. They needed to use, remember, the maximum time is 7 hours. That they used all 7 hours to question me. I want to quote, and by the way, I want nobody hit up this judge, and actually I won't even mention his name here because this is a good Jersey, he's a Jersey federal court judge, and I don't want y'all to harass him. But this eventually went in front of Jersey Federal District Court. And they scolded Rock Nation's lawyers / Meg Thee Stallion lawyers over at Quinn Emanuel, and they said, why do you need more time with Livingston Allen, a.k.a. DJ Academics? We've read the original complaint. It's Meg Thee Stallion versus Milagro Cooper. Livingston Allen, a.k.a. DJ Academics, is mentioned one time. Why is he so critical of a witness that you need more than the 7 hours that the federal guidelines guys use common sense here. The judge, chat, I ain't even had a lawyer there. The judge was violating them. The judge said, I'm concerned about the practices that Rock Nation lawyers, Quinn Emanuel, that represents Megan Pete, aka Meg Thee Stallion, are employing. Keep in mind, so let me tell you how this went. They had to come to the District of Jersey to try to, what they call, compel me, which means to get me to do more shit, because I don't live in Florida. So the original case is in Florida. They served me, so I mean, I could have, like, you know, ignored it, but then they would have came to Jersey court to enforce it. So I just did it. I did 7 hours. I did it 7 hours. They still weren't happy. So now they got to come to Jersey court, and they did. And we went to an in-person hearing. And the judge said to them, I am concerned. Why do you need to speak to a guy that was mentioned? And by the way, this is the same thing happening with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is mentioned one time as well in the complaint.
Yo, he going the fuck off. She ain't gonna show up beside us. Well, yeah, I gotta take a picture. I gotta take pictures of this truck real quick. And out there, I got a call too. Shit, y'all. I just wanted to bring this to y'all attention to what's going on this internet. Maybe y'all wasn't noticing it. There's a lot of fuckery going on. A lot of misleading. A lot of selling out. You know what I mean? As long as we support the sellouts, the real ain't never gonna win. As long as you support the sellouts, the real never gonna win, y'all. What's up, Harris?
What's up?
Cold out that motherfucker, man. Hold up, I gotta make a phone call. Yeah, Rock Nation on some bullshit.
CVS doesn't want you to know you can get 100 milligram generic Viagra tablets for 87 cents each from Friday plans.
In the complaint, and here's the kicker. Because I've spoken to Aiden Ross's, I won't say who. Maybe, I don't even think Aiden's going to do the deposition. They said to them, legally, Aiden doesn't know the defendant. He's never heard of the defendant's name. No disrespect to Milagro. He's never heard of her. Why is he a witness? What information could he have? Chat, I just need y'all to use your brain. Just use your brain. Just use your brain. So I mentioned one time, again, I don't have a lawyer. I'm going up against the $200,000 lawyers from Quinn Emanuel. By the way, I could have had a lawyer. But this shit was just, I just had to tell the judge, yo, judge, listen, I did 7 hours. I'm not a party to this case. What more? I had to hit him with a Tyrese. What more do you want from me? The judge agreed. The judge said, I read through the initial complaint. Meg Thee Stallion versus Milagro. Academics, aka Livingston Allen, is mentioned one time. How could he have such important information that you only mention him one time, that you need more than 7 hours, which is the maximum amount of time to question him? I'll tell you what they said. Well, when he was talking to us, he was long-winded. Oh, he was like, we think he recorded it, which the judge was like, huh, and? Okay, what? Like, the judge didn't want to hear that. They're trying to figure it out. Why do you need more information? Then the judge jumps back in. The judge says, Miss Manillo, that's her name is like Joanna Manillo or something. That's the lawyer that was the front lawyer. We are severely concerned because after reading the deposition and I read through the transcript, shout out to that judge, man. He said, we're concerned that the questions and the path of questioning that you went down doesn't seem related to your current case in Florida.
I wonder what the questions
You're
was.
asking about people who are not even alleged or mentioned. Who are those people? Drake, Nicki Minaj. Why are these relevant things? This is where
Rock Nation on some bullshit.
lawyers. By the way, I'm in the hearing. This is the last time of court, not today. Today we did the 45 minutes. Yo, they got so humble, they couldn't really act shit today. So I'm just sitting there while they were like, yo, there was a point that they were like, yo, like, I think Milagro lawyer was like, yo, I can't see the exhibits. They were like, oh, could you share your screen? Remember I told you when they try to share their screen, they show the chat. It's like, we're just gonna email you. We're not gonna share our screen because of obvious reasons. I'm like, y'all look like y'all don't know how to share the screens over there. Y'all gonna share the chat. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay. So the judge says to them, could you explain to us or explain to me? Because apparently this again, I would have never had to do this, but the magistrate, he's a magistrate judge. His name is Brendan Day. Don't harass him, please. I love him. He took an expedited hearing for Meg Thee Stallion because their trial, so Milagro versus Meg Thee Stallion, that trial is starting in November. So they claim I had the most important information. Like I had it. So the judge actually said, hey, academics, usually these matters could be dealt with in 30 days. Because at first I was like, I might get a lawyer. And then the judge said, this is going to be their trial starts in November. We got to do it now. Right? So the judge is asking Rock Nation's lawyers, why do you need this? Why do you need academics for more information? And then he asked, I read through the deposition that he did for 7 hours. I'm concerned. Why are you asking about Drake and Nicki? These are people who aren't party to this. This is the bullshit answer. And y'all pull the transcripts. We were on the record, so I think there should be, it should be in the transcripts. Because we were on the record. They said in court then, Your Honor, well, we have more details that we're unwilling to reveal right now, but we're going to present it in court. But we believe that the defendant, they're talking about Milagro, through other means and with other people, they basically were trying to describe a RICO. They said that she was getting paid through other means and other peoples to say certain things that was defamatory to our client, and that other people used her as a mouthpiece and blah, 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 blah. And the judge said, do you have anything that could substantiate that shit right now? And they said, Judge, well, certain things we plan to reveal in trial, but we have a few things. And the judge is sitting there like,
so how did these end up in this big?
Yeah, I think most people came to their own determination as to what happened with Tory and Meg. But let me get back to work, y'all. Y'all make sure I hit that like button. See y'all share the live. Stop at a fucking store. It's another day of QBG News. What's up, Ronald?